Hi guys, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading for the week ahead. Sorry I missed last week. I've just been really busy, and when I feel overwhelmed I tend to skip the weekly reading. I do apologize, but if I do that I often will make up for it by doing extra stories on Instagram with free pick a card with some other updates like free readings, or I do post sometimes about the astrology on my Facebook business page. So make sure, if you are used to watching the weekly reading here on YouTube or wherever you see it, that if I do happen to miss a week, you check out my Instagram or my Facebook page, where I will update you on something to do with the astrology or whatever's going on. So I don't like to miss the weekly reading, obviously, but it's just that sometimes, if I'm really booked out with client readings, that's obviously a priority and I have to get that done, in front of this. But I do apologise for those times that I've missed recently. And it's also the end of the year, which is always extremely busy for me with readings and so forth. Just another quick thing. I just have uploaded some new gemstone bracelet designs to my other Etsy shop, which you can find. It's called Starlight Gemstones. I'll put the link below, but it's www.etsy.com/shop/Starlight Gemstones if you're interested in picking up a Christmas present for someone. They're all handmade by me and one of a kind design. So there's never two that are the same. They're all unique. And as I said, I've just added a few new designs, including some designs that are like unisex or men's bracelets. So have a look. And let's get into the astrology, and then I'll just show you the cards. So you have for this week, picking from 1, 2, 3 or 4. There's 2 cards for this week, one tarot card from the Mythic Tarot and a unicorn oracle, which I was really drawn to. Alright, so this week, last week there was something that I wanted to mention, which is very relevant moving forward, that Neptune, the planet Neptune, from last week has moved direct. Okay, so what Neptune going direct signifies is that if you're sensitive, you'll feel like a shift in the atmosphere. If you're a creative person, especially if you're someone that is very intuitive, is very in tune with the kind of unseen realms, you may feel more connected in some way to this sense of flow and creativity and inspiration and spirituality with your life. So you might feel more connected to your intuition as well. With Neptune going direct, there's a feeling that there is a little bit more magic in the air, or a sense of that coming, perhaps, like you can feel it, you can feel it in the ethers. Me personally, I was talking to somebody else that I know who's very, very psychic, and I was asking them, tell me what you feel with Neptune going direct, because, usually I find with this particular person we're very in sync, and we often can sense similar things in the collective or in the energy. And this person said to me, it feels like the energy around is softened. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. It feels like there's a sense of softness in the atmosphere. I know it sounds weird, though some people may not feel that, especially if you've got harsh Saturn transits at the moment. But if you're in tune with the energy, that's not necessarily going on with your own personal life, but with the energies out there, you might sense this soft energy in the air. And you may be feeling more drawn to things like music, creativity, the spiritual realms, connecting with the spiritual realms, asking your guides for help, connecting with deceased loved ones on the other side, paying attention to your dreams. All these Neptunian themes will, in a way, become more pure, because with Neptune direct, they are more pure. When Neptune was retrograde, it's like there was confusion, there's foggy energy, there's a lot of not knowing what your direction forward is. Now, Neptune's direct, there is a sense of being more connected to your spiritual path. I really love this energy as someone myself that has Neptune in the first house. If you have Neptune in your chart on an angular house, it's quite strong. I feel like, that energy, or if you've got strong Neptune aspects in your chart, like Neptune conjunct Sun, Neptune 12th house, or just strong Piscean energy, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising. Or if you're just a very sensitive person, you may feel this energy as feeling a bit more connected in some way. It doesn't mean that life is perfect. It just means that you feel a sense of being connected to the higher realms at this time. Okay. The other interesting thing is this week on Tuesday we have a big shift, and I have to also mention, I'll tell you what it is first. It's Jupiter moving into Capricorn. Now, if you are subscribed to my main channel, which is called Starlight Oracle, which is where I upload my videos about astrology and spirituality, mostly about astrology. You may have seen that I've uploaded a video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's Jupiter in Capricorn video. I talk about a little bit about the general influence, but I mostly just go into every sign for the next year, because Jupiter's going to be in Capricorn from this week, December 2nd, 3rd, into December 2020. So we've got a whole year of Jupiter in Capricorn. It's about, you know, a lot of things, but, you know, Jupiter, in one aspect, it's not well placed in Capricorn, so it means that, you know, all the benefits that come from Jupiter that, you know, we've had recently in recent times with Jupiter in Sag, that sense of, you know, indulgence and sort of diving into things, its energy is a bit more serious in Capricorn, and it's a bit more about the long term and the long haul. But the good news with Jupiter in Capricorn is, like, if you start anything now that you really feel passionate about, or it feels really true for you, like aligned to your truth, it will have the power of longevity with it. It will have the ability to last, but it's going to take effort. So Jupiter in Capricorn, whatever comes your way in terms of success for the next year is going to be based a lot around your efforts and a lot around the practical aspects of life, and mixing that combination of faith and reality, which is actually hard to do. It's hard to really be fully in faith while you're working with your reality. Sometimes we can be in faith in our minds about things, but we don't see it manifest yet. But this is manifesting your dreams. So hence there is hard work to do with this, but it can prove fruitful. But again, it's having the long-term view. It's about understanding that there may not be quick results, there may not be, you know, overnight success with this. It's more long-term. So anyway, if you want to, after you watch this video, go to my other channel, Starlight Oracle. I'll put a link below to that video, and you can watch that and watch for your sun and rising mostly, okay? But also check your own chart for where Jupiter is transiting if you know your chart. All right, so the rest of this week, the other stuff is Venus sextile Neptune on Sunday, but at the same time, around December 8th, I'll just say that's easier because people obviously, like, not in Australia watching. Venus sextile Neptune and Sun square Neptune. So I think, you know, around the date of December 8th, you may see some confusion around your relationships, or possibly finances, or your sense of direction. There may be some positive energy around you then, but you may be a little bit unsure as to where this is going. If you're dealing with a particular person, you might be feeling a bit frustrated if they're not communicating with you directly about what their intentions are. They might not even know what their intentions are, but you may be experiencing something like that. Or there can be some lack of clarity around money, expenses, expenditures, some kind of issue around relationships, or dealing with a particular person where there's some confusion. Or even it could be about your career, because the Sun can relate to career and Venus can be about money, but it can also be relationships. So and that's pretty much it for this week, that, you know, in terms of the main stuff that I wanted to mention. Next week we've got a full moon in Gemini, so if you're a Gemini, that's particularly strong for you next week. I'll talk about that next week though, but that's it for this week. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, whether it's astrology, psychic, mediumship, you can go to another link below, which will be taking you straight to my online store, and I'll get into the reading now. So if you chose number 1, these are your messages. Anger. Goodness, don't see that card very often. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. All right, for some people, if you chose this card, I feel like there's quite a few different meanings, okay? You may be waiting to hear from somebody and you feel a little bit frustrated around this situation. Or if it's not that, you could have heard from a female person who's quite earthy, and there's something about money here. So there could be someone around you that is possessive or angry about something to do with the way they see you. They might be misinterpreting, you know, the situation with you. Sorry if there's glare on the cards there. I apologize for that. But I feel like I'm hearing the word misunderstanding, misinterpretation of things. Now, this is only for a few people. As I said, I'm getting quite a few messages with these two. But there could be a woman around you who is after money from you, or is after something that you have, or feels that you have something that is hers. Could be that. She could be an Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. or she could have those energies prevalent. She's quite materialistic, I feel. So there's something to do with material issues or possessiveness. That could even be to do with the person. You know, there could be jealousy issues going on here. Do protect your energy this week if you did pick number 1, because you could be having someone around you. It could be in the workplace too, because it's pentacles. It could be like a boss or a female manager or supervisor who's just going through a hard time, and she might be very frustrated with, it might not even be to do with you, but you may be experiencing a bit of the fallout from her energy, especially if you're a sensitive, if you're an empath. You might be sitting next to someone at work who's going off or who's got issues, you know. But also, you know, if those issues don't relate, it could be you need to watch your own anger this week. And it could be something to do with money or work, okay? So I just want to say that. I'm just going to see if there's anything else. I'm just drawn to the words on the card. It says, safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions. Are sacred. So yeah, it's not saying don't feel angry if you're struggling with your emotions this week. It's saying find a channel for your frustration. So journal about it. Talk to someone about it. Do exercise. Get out in nature, because you see she's out in nature. That could relate as well, because nature is very, very detoxifying. Going for a jog, you know, will help let off steam. You may be feeling frustrated in some aspect of your life because of a woman, or because of a situation that's related to money, as I said, or both. And it could be triggering anger with you. Someone's possessive here is what I'm getting, and it could be possessive with money or affections or relationships, or, as I said, it's someone in the workplace. So let's see what number 2 says. Interesting. Action and 9 of Wands. Okay, so the 9 of Wands is a bit of a difficult card. It can be about needing to persevere through feeling a little bit heavy, or feeling a little bit burdened, or feeling a little bit like, you know what, I just want to give up on this situation. It's interesting it's next to the action card, because it's kind of the opposite to me, because look at this card, you know, this boat is you know, is caught up on the rocks there, and it's stuck. It's not able to go anywhere, and there's a storm. There's a lot of emotion with this, I feel, where it's like you might feel frustrated with a particular situation that you feel is not moving forward. You feel like you've put a lot of energy into, and it's like, well, it's going nowhere, and you kind of want to give up on it, is what I'm getting. And it could be anything, any area of life, okay? Now, ironically, we have the action card, which is really the opposite. And so what does this say? It says, now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams and move forward with confidence. So, you know what? I want to say, if you chose this, there's a situation that you thought you were giving up on, that you thought was at a complete stalemate, but it's actually saying there's going to be an opportunity to take action soon. And it's actually going to be very rewarding, is what I'm getting. So don't give up on something that you want, or a situation that you've been unsure about, or a situation that you've struggled in, because soon the time for action will begin. That's what I'm getting. All right. Number 3. Oh, 6 of Wands. Another great card. Intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. Wow, being bold. And that's about being bold as well. Interesting. So the 6 of Wands is a really good card. Sometimes it does talk about pushing too hard for something, or, you know, wanting something too much, that it's getting, your ego's getting all wrapped up in it a bit too much. But with these 2 cards being very much on the same page, and this is talking about intention, saying, you know, you need to work on manifesting what you truly desire, not just sort of putting up with a situation that is not really you, even though you maybe have convinced yourself that it is you, or you feel like you've got no choice right now. It's saying work on your intentions, because this is saying, you know what, don't give up, because you're actually able to manifest a new aspect of your life, something new. I'm getting like new energy, and look at how it's all dark in here, but there's light just creeping in. So it's like being stuck in the darkness, but there is hope, there is light, and there is the ability for you to achieve what you want, and have great success with it. But you need faith. You need to have a bit more faith, and your faith is being tested at this time. It really is. But you know what, one step at a time, and you will get there, because I do feel like the universe is on your side, but you still have some things that you're trying to work through here, which is what's difficult. All right, and lastly, number 4, interesting combination, passion and the 10 of Swords. Again, some contrary energy here, but I think it tells an interesting story. Do what excites you, get fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. Wow, 10 of Swords, endings. All right, so what I'm getting with this is, this 10 of Swords this week for some people shows an end to feeling like you have no passion, or that you're stuck in a situation where there is no passion, or there is no sense of feeling alive. Like, you know, passion is a beautiful, wonderful thing, because it means that you feel alive and that you're connected to source, you're connected to your higher drives and your deeper drives, and it's all interconnected. And sometimes, you know, we feel like we just have to constantly slog it out and be in this sort of painful state where we have no passion and we're just going through the motions. And sometimes we do have to do that for whatever reasons. It can be karmic, or we find ourselves stuck in that situation and we don't know how to get out of it. But what this is saying is, get in touch with your emotion, okay, because that's where your passion is. And this is not about like primal passion just for the sake of it, like habitual sort of, you know, lower vibrational energy. This is more passion from being connected to your heart and your emotions. And so that's why it's really important to be very connected to your emotions, so that you know what you feel and you can follow through on that. And this shows an ending to some kind of difficulty this week, some kind of situation that's been bogging you down. Could be a karmic situation, as I said, it could be a relationship, and you finding, you know, renewed passion again. If it's not a relationship, it could even be a way of thinking, because it is swords. Swords are a very mental energy, very psychological energy. So, yeah, so, you know, ending a way that, I heard the word suffering then, ending a way of life or a way of thinking that's leading you to feel like you're constantly in darkness or in suffering. And, you know, it's like coming out of a time of thinking you have to be in this state of pain. You don't have to. You can tap into a different side of yourself by the use of your free will and your choice. And also for some people, this is tapping into your creativity in a new way and finding a path that leads you to something much more deeply satisfying than where you've been in the past, okay? So those are the messages for this week, everybody. I hope that was helpful to you. Have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said, if you'd like to book a reading, follow the links below. And hopefully talk to you next week. Bye.